Hi! In this video, I want to set up a very simple funnel both in Volume and in Funnel Flux to be able to compare a few things between both solutions. So our campaign will be very simple. It will consist of a lender that will have a link to an offer. On this offer, we'll have a pay button, and once we pay, we'll be redirected to a thank you page where the customer will be able to download what he purchased. And on this thank you page, we will have a link to a second offer from which we will be able to go back to the download page or to purchase this upgrade offer. So we are going to start by setting it up in Volume. So let's first create the lender. Let me show you the different pages that are very simple. So there is this first page, which is the lender, which will have a link to the first offer. The first offer will have a pay now link. Once we will click on it, we'll be redirected to the thank you page for the offer one, and this will trigger a conversion. On this page, we will also have a link to the second offer, which is here. And on the second offer, we will have two choices. We will have a pay button, a pay link, and we'll have a link to go back to the download page of the second offer. And if we pay, we will be redirected to the thank you page for the second offer. So let's start by setting up the lender that we will name page 1. And we'll have two different offers here. Save. Now let's set up the two offers. Offer 1, which is here. And the payout, let's set it up as $1. And the second offer is here. And we will set the payout as $10. Okay, so now we need to update these pages to have the correct links that will allow us to navigate inside our funnel. And for doing this, we have to go in this section. And in the Setup tab here, you have the link for the multi-offer campaign. So we'll grab this link and we will paste it here. This will allow us to go to the first offer. Let's save this. And it's from the thank you page that we can go to the second offer. So I'm going to have a look at my thank you page here. I'm going to edit it. And here I will also have the link, the same link as I have used right now, except that instead of 1, I will insert 2 because it is the second offer. Let's save this. Okay, so now let's edit the other pages. The offer 1, we need a link. We need to edit it to redirect to the thank you page. So I need this link here, this URL. So when we will pay, we will be redirected to the thank you page. And on the thank you page, we need to place a script, a conversion script, to inform Volume that a conversion has just taken place. For this, we are going to use the tracking pixel here. And we are going to place it at the bottom of the thank you page. So let's update this. Now we need to edit our second offer. So if we click pay now, we will go to the thank you page number 2. And if we say no thanks, we want to go back to the first thank you page. And the link is here. So if the customer does not want to buy the second upgrade offer, he has the ability to go back to the download page of the first product he purchased. So let's edit this page. And on the pay now, on the thank you page of the second offer, we also need to place the tracking pixel to be able to track the conversions for this second offer. On the text tab. Let's update this. Okay, so now all our pages are ready, so we can create the campaign in Volume that will use all the assets we have just created. So let's go to the Campaigns tab, create a new campaign, we'll name it Test Campaign. And in Volume, when you create a campaign, it is attached to a traffic source. So if you want to send traffic from another traffic source to the same pages you have set up, you need to duplicate the campaign. But in our case, we will not need this because we will just use one traffic source, one fake traffic source, because we are not going to send traffic from Bing. We are just going to enter the URL in the browser. Okay, so this is my lender, and I have my two offers here. I'm going to say this, and now I have my link to send traffic to my funnel. So let's try it. Test. Okay, so I'm redirected to the lender. If I click here, I will go to the offer page, and I'm not going to pay now. I just want to check my statistics here. So I see that I have one visit, and the click has not been counted yet. The statistics in Volume are not really in real time, even though they say that the statistics are in real time. It's not the case, as you can see. We have to refresh. Okay, so now it came. I have my click here. And now, if I pay, I will be redirected to the thank you page for the first offer. So on this page, there is the tracking pixel. So Volume should know now that we had a conversion for the first offer, and the revenue for the first offer is set to be $1. So let's refresh this. It takes a while to come, so let's continue refresh. Okay, it's here now. We have one conversion for $1. So now from the thank you page, I have my link to the second offer. So if I go there and check my second offer and don't want to purchase, if I go back to my download page, there is something very strange that happens within Volume. If I come back here, let's refresh the stats. Okay, we have to click on the refresh button several times until it refreshes completely. So we have the click now, but look, if we continue refreshing, something inaccurate will happen. It's a little bit slow. Oh, okay, it came now. You see? Volume has counted the second offer as a converted one, even though we have not paid there. We have not clicked the pay now button, and on this page there is no tracking pixel. It's placed on the thank you page of the second offer. We have just clicked here to go back to the first offer, to the download page of the first offer. And when we did this, Volume thought that we purchased the second offer, but we did not. And I wonder if having done it a second time is also going to trigger a third conversion. Yes, it did. So they say that they are a reporting machine, but their reporting is actually wrong. Okay, so now let's set up this exact same campaign in Funnel Flux. So we are going to start by setting up the lender. So what is the URL? Okay, this one. Okay, so let's name it page 1. I'm going to add this URL. Save lender. Now I'm going to add my two offers. Offer 1, the payout was set to be $1. Let's keep this. The URL is here. Copy link address. Okay, so let's save this offer and create a new one. offer 2, and the payout is $10. So let's save this offer. Now let's go to the campaigns tab, and we are going to create our campaign. Let's name it demo campaign. And we are going to use this default funnel to add our lender, which was called page 1. On page 1, we want to redirect to offer 1. On offer 1, if we purchase, we want to be redirected to the thank you page. So where is the thank you page? This is the second one. We are going to change the link. I'm going to add an external URL here. Thank you 1. And on this page, on the first thank you page, we have a link to the second offer. And the second offer can link to thank you page number 2, but it can also link back to this page if we want to go back to our download page. So on the thank you 1, we have access to the second offer, and we also have access to the download page of the first product, and we can also pay for the second offer. And here we are going to say we are going to say that this is a conversion. This is when we click on the pay now button, we will be redirected to the thank you page. And here, same thing. If we click the pay now button, we'll be redirected to the thank you page of the second offer, and it will be counted as a conversion without having to place any script on the thank you pages. So let's save this funnel. We are going to edit the pages because right now they have the links from Volume. So let's have a look at page 1. Edit this. Instead of using the Volume's link, we are going to use Funnel Flux's link. So I'm just going to grab this, clipboard, and I'm going to paste my link here. Actually, you see that the link was pretty long, but this is because we are using a fallback URL that is very useful for tracking organic traffic. Volume does not handle organic traffic, so if someone comes on, if someone enters our funnel from an organic link in Volume, it will not work. The links will not work. They will redirect to 404 pages. But in Funnel Flux, it's handled correctly when you use the fallback URL option here. That is automatically pre-populated for you with the link to the second offer. But in our example, we are not going to use any fallback URLs to keep things simple. Okay, so I'm just going to replace my link here, action 1. So in my funnel, on offer 1, we also have a link which is also action 1 here. So I'm going to edit this link from offer 1. Let's update this. Then on thank you page number 1, we have also action 1 that leads to offer 2. So my thank you page number 1 is here, and I'm going to replace the link from Volume to the link from Funnel Flux. Let's save this. Also, on the thank you page, I'm going to remove the tracking pixel from Volume, because in Funnel Flux, we do not need any conversion pixel. Offer 2, now, where is it? Offer 2 is here. It has a link to go to the thank you page number 2, and it also has a link to come back to thank you page number 1, which is set up here as action 2. So if I go on my offer 2 page, this link is going to be action 1, and this link to go back to the download page is going to be action 2. Save this. And my thank you page number 2, I don't need any tracking pixel from Voluum. Okay, so now that all the pages are changed, we can send traffic to this funnel. So let's select this. Let's select Bing as our traffic source. Copy this. Let's enter the funnel. I'm going to remove all those tracking tokens, and the keyword I used was a test. Okay, so I'm now on page 1. If I click here, I will go to offer 1. And here I will go to my first thank you page. So let's have a look at the statistics so far before going further. Go to the statistics page. And I want to limit the statistics to this specific campaign, the demo campaign. Oh, okay, so my traffic is filtered because it's coming from this IP, and I have set up a traffic filter for my IP to avoid having my statistics showing up in the table. But we can use this option, show filter traffic, to see it anyway. Okay, so I have one funnel entrance and one conversion for $1. This is for the first offer. Now, if we go to the second page, to the second offer, sorry, and if we don't pay, but if we go back to the first, to the download page, and if we check our statistics, we see that it's handled accurately in Funnel Flux. The statistics are in real time, so no need to refresh several times to see the latest number. We just see that one conversion was counted for $1. So let's go back to the second offer. Now, if I purchase it, and go back to the statistics, I can see that I have 2 conversions and $11. So everything is tracked accurately and the statistics are in real time. Something else I want to show you is that in Voluum, we do not see what happened in our funnel. We don't know how the visitor navigated on the different pages. We don't know where the visitor left our funnel. We don't have all this information. We can see the numbers, the global numbers, I mean for the different pages, but we cannot see clearly what happened on the funnel. In Funnel Flux, this is not the case. You can see absolutely everything that happened in your funnel. So you see which nodes have been visited, where the conversions happened, and you can also have a look at the heat map, showing you at a glance how your traffic flow is looking. And you have different heat maps, so you can see conversion rates, 100% conversion rate here and 50% here, because I went twice here before purchasing. You see the earning on each node, and so on. You can see the percentage of how your traffic was distributed in the funnel, and pretty much anything you can think of. So let's go back to the initial statistics screen we went previously, and I want to show you something else. Let's add here another grouping option. That is the visitor ID. And you see this number, it is a unique number that has been assigned to the specific visitor that visited this funnel. I mean, it's my ID here, and it will not change. So if I come back 2 or 3 days later in another funnel, I will be assigned the same ID. And within Funnel Flux, I will be able to see exactly what I did between all my different funnels. Let me show you this very quickly. We're going to send traffic to another funnel. Let's take, I don't know, the Funnel Flux campaign, and I want to send traffic to the waiting list opt-in page from, let's say, from Facebook. So let's take this, and let's enter this here. Okay, so I have been redirected to this quiz page, and now if we go back to the statistics, let me remove this. I want to have a look at everything that this specific visitor did. I want to know from, first I want to know at what time he came, hit ID and time. Then I want to know from which traffic source I came. Then I want to know which campaign I visited from this traffic source. I also want to know which funnel, because I can have several funnels in one campaign. And I want to know the node that I visited. So let's apply this. And we will sort by hit ID and time. Sorry, I also forgot something. Here I'm filtering the statistics to only show the data for the demo campaign, but we sent traffic to 2 different campaigns. So I don't want to filter it. I want to show all campaigns. So let's apply this again. And now we can see everything that this visitor has done since the beginning of time. Okay, so he started, or I came first initially, in the demo campaign to visit the default funnel here, and I entered on the traffic node. I then went to the first page, then I went to the offer page, first offer. I then went to the thank you page, because I purchased this, so it is a conversion. Then I went to offer 2, and the first time I went back to the download page, the thank you page. I didn't purchase. Then I went again to the second offer, and this time I purchased. You see here, 1 conversion. Then I went to the second thank you page here. And then sometime after, I went, just after, I entered another funnel from Facebook. I entered the IM Funnel Flux campaign. I entered the waiting list funnel, and I saw the traffic node first, and then I was redirected to condition node, then to rotator, and from this rotator I was sent to the opt-in page. And I did not subscribe to the list, so there is no conversion to report. But you can see that we can have a look at exactly all of the things that every visitors are doing in your different campaigns and funnels. Something else we can, I want to show you is another grouping option. As you can see here, we have a lot of grouping options. One I want to show you is the time to conversion. That will tell you how much time is needed on average for your offers to, for your visitors to convert on your offers. You see that for this offer, I needed 4 seconds before converting. And for this offer, I also needed 4 seconds. So my average here is 4 seconds. And there are a lot of other things that you can look at. You can organize your statistics the exact way you want. You can place any grouping in any order you want, and once you place your grouping options, you can filter inside those groupings to only show the data you want to look at. So this is it for this first comparison between Funnel Flux and Voluum, and I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Thanks, bye bye.